Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Brian Hoffman. Clara has the night off. Here's what we're working on tonight. Tensions are high at City Hall today as legal proceedings continue over the possible removal of Mayor Paulette Guajardo. Drew Bishop is live with the very latest. And new water restrictions are on hold after apartment owners push back. Why the city says that a commercial label might actually be better for renters. Chris 6 News starts now. Hi there, folks. I don't know about you, but those thunderstorms and lightning lit up the sky and kept yours truly awake. Oh, we could get another round moving in tonight as well. For more on this, chief meteorologist and the one who has been doing all of those rain dances, Miss Stephanie Lauber, joins us. How you doing, Steph?
Well, you know, we're a little tired today, as you are, and you are at home too, I'm sure. Let's talk about what's going on because we do have more rain. And it is probably going to do a repeat of last night from a different direction. So here is the culprit that kept everybody up last night. This is the reason why you might have needed an extra cup of coffee. This is a thunderstorm that had nothing to really stop it. We were not expecting, when I say we, the collective weather enterprise that goes all the way back to the Storm Prediction Center. This was not expected to get out of hand the way that it did. If you remember watching last night, I said we're expecting some rain. I was not expecting this to be the rain that we saw, but it is what happened. And there was a benefit. Aside from all the problems this caused, we did see a lot of water falling with it. You probably saw some standing puddles today. But right now the radar is quiet and we are looking for this rain to come from another direction. You may have some friends and family up in the DFW area. There's some weather happening up that way, and it's going to be coming our way as we head tonight. I say tonight very vaguely because we're going to be watching for that development to really give us a solid time frame, but it is probably going to be while most of us are sleeping once again and prevent you from having a completely dry roadway for the morning start. An update to this. Yesterday we were talking about a 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe weather, and now this has picked up to a 2 out of 5 slight risk for severe weather. It means that we have the likelihood, a better likelihood of seeing some storms out there that do become severe pack-a-punch. So once again, we'll be looking for those strong winds. Possibility of some hail, quarter size, maybe a little bigger, and we can't rule out a tornado, though again, that's not much of the focus. The strong winds would really be a big part of this. So I'm going to be tracking down the time frame that you can expect in your neighborhood coming up in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Stephanie, thank you. A major political item on the agenda for City Council today, the possible impeachment of Mayor Paulette Guajardo. The hardest working man in Corpus Christi, Drew Bishop, has been following this story. He joins us live from City Hall. Drew, what's the very latest?
Well, Brian, you were talking about those thunderstorms last night, but there is a storm brewing inside council chambers, which is usually the place where we determine, new agenda items, new developments for the city, but it's serving as a quasi courtroom today because the pretrial proceedings for the potential removal of Mayor Paulette Guajardo are beginning today. The mayor has taken a seat in the bottom part of City Council as opposed to her normal seat because now she's being represented by her legal team led by attorney John Flood. On the other side is Doug Allison and Ajit David. Again, this goes back to that hotel development project that took $2 million of taxpayer money and all in relation to an altered FEMA document. Now, we've heard public comment and we've heard citizens on both sides of the aisle. Some citizens saying that the mayor should be cleared and that there is no wrongdoing and that this is wasting our time and distracting us from the water. Other citizens say, well, if the mayor hasn't done anything wrong, why should there be a problem with going through the proper proceedings? So a real divide here amongst the citizens of Corpus Christi that are at least represented here today. Now, what we could see, I have in front of me is a few decisions that council could make. They could accept witness lists, which I'll show you here. I have a couple of them here. They're about 3 pages long on both sides. So a lot of witnesses could be called in this case. They could also determine a trial date, which could be 30 days from today. It can't be any earlier according to due process. So I'm going to keep following this. I'm going to have more updates for you tonight at 6 o'clock and at 10. So stick with us. But for now, Brian, I'm throwing it back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Ruth. It's actually going on right now, so he's got his work ahead of him. So a final vote on new water use rules is on hold today. City Council did delay the action on an ordinance for level 1 water emergency. The delay comes after the Apartment Owners Association raised concerns about the plan. The proposal classifies apartments as commercial water users. Apartment owners are asking the city to consider them residential users instead. The city water spokesman says that the commercial classification could actually provide a higher water baseline. Now, the proposed plan sets a monthly limit of 6,000 gallons for residential users. The plan does not include any citations. City Council will now take up the issue at its next meeting on June 2nd.
I'm Stephanie Molina in Taft, where one local laundromat owner says he's already cut back on water use. But with Corpus Christi Level 1 water emergency plan, he worries about the impact on his business. I reached out to officials about those concerns. That's Felipe Rodriguez, co-owner of Hometown Soap and Suds in Taft, which he runs with his wife. It's the community's only residential laundromat. The business opened in 2024, and about 18 months ago, Rodriguez says they started making changes.
In order to help with the water situation, the wife and I decided to get rid of our old machines that used about 70 to 75 gallons of water per use.
Rodriguez says after switching to 2025 high-efficiency washing machines, they now use about 11 gallons of water per cycle. He adds the machines also clean clothes better than the older top loaders they used before.
I would estimate that a customer comes in and washes about 3 or 4 loads, which uses about 60, 70 gallons for those loads of wash.
The city of Taft gets its water from the San Patricio Municipal Water District, which gets its water from the city of Corpus Christi. Rodriguez says he's concerned about how the city of Corpus Christi's plan for a level 1 water emergency could impact his business.
There are several of our long-term customers that have come in. They're asking, how much more am I going to go up on the machines? Am I going to close?
There's also a possibility neighbors could turn to the laundromat more often to reduce their use of water at home. With that in mind, I reached out to Taft Mayor Elida Castillo about what they will do moving forward.
So there are conversations that we need to have with our small businesses. And these are, I want to talk to other municipalities in the area to see how they're planning to handle this situation.
I reached out to Corpus Christi Water for a statement on how the plan impacts not only the city, but also smaller Coastal Bend communities. At this time, I have not heard back, but will update the story once I get a reply. Rodriguez says if they exceed their monthly water allotment, they'll try to bear the cost as much as possible without raising prices for customers.
It is worrisome because my machines are $2.50. I mean, how much more am I going to be able to raise it up before it starts affecting the bottom line to where I can keep my doors open?
Mayor Elida Castillo says she plans to do a roundtable with Rodriguez and other businesses in the area. In Taft, I'm Stephanie Molina, Chris 6 News.
Stephanie, thank you. A warning light forced a small plane to turn around in Corpus Christi this morning. The 6-passenger aircraft had a hydraulics issue just after 8 a.m. The pilot headed back to Corpus Christi International Airport just to be safe. The plane landed without any problems. All passengers did make it off the flight safely. Emergency crews were waiting on the tarmac just in case. Well, the city of Corpus Christi assumed maintenance responsibilities for the Michael J. Ellis seawall just over a year ago, and now they're ready to kick off a massive upgrade. This seawall was privately built about 60 years ago, and time, well, it's definitely taken a toll. It's in need of some major repairs. City Engineering Services now proposing a $17 million project. Details of the proposed design will be unveiled tomorrow during a public meeting. And this meeting is over at the Wyndham Resort on Windsward Drive from 5:30 to 7:30 in the evening. Community, well, you're invited to attend. Well, if you're heading to the La Retama Central Library this week, you're going to need to change your plans, unfortunately. The building on Comanche Street is closed right now. Crews are installing new flooring inside. You can still check out books over at the 2 other locations. The McDonald Library on Greenwood Drive is open. You can also visit the Nayland Library on Carmel Parkway. The La Retama Library, it's going to reopen on Tuesday, June 2nd.
The Alice Fire Department and EMS is now one of only 4 stations in the area carrying whole blood on EMS calls. I'm Melissa Trevino in Alice, and I'll tell you how first responders say this new program could help save lives before patients ever reach the hospital.
Watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in Alice. The Alice Fire Department and EMS have expanded the level of emergency care available in the field. Now, as one of only 4 fire departments in the region, part of the pre-hospital whole blood EMS program. When seconds count, paramedics in Alice now have a new life-saving tool with them. The Alice Fire Department and EMS is now part of the regional pre-hospital whole blood program, allowing first responders to administer blood before a patient gets to the hospital.
It's already saving lives. We've already had incidents where we've had to use it, and so I think it's a great program for our community.
Fire Chief Patrick Thomas says the department spent months training and planning for the program, which officially started about 3 months ago. He says Alice is strategically located to respond across South Texas, especially in rural areas of Juárez County, where advanced care can be harder to access.
Just because you don't live in San Antonio or in the Austin area doesn't mean that you shouldn't have access to that high quality care when an emergency happens.
And in many rural communities, definitive trauma care can be an hour away. That's where whole blood can make a difference.
When it comes to critical patients in these areas, it's the care can be just a little bit more difficult till you get them to definitive care.
Roland Paria with CBRAC says many rural hospitals are designed to stabilize patients, not provide higher level trauma care. The pre-hospital blood program helps bridge that gap.
This gives us the ability to not only do very invasive procedures in the back of an ambulance, but also be able to carry whole blood.
Paramedic Joey Campos says while not every patient will need this level of care, for some it can mean the difference between life and death. He remembers one call from just a few weeks ago. The woman appeared lifeless, but they worked with the new program.
Before we even got everything ready to get back on the road and we were leaving the hospital, she was sitting up talking to her son. So completely different, effects.
Officials say they hope to expand the program and level of care throughout the coastal bend and improve survival outcomes across the region. Reporting in Alice, I'm Melissa Trevino, Chris 6 News.
Well, if you're looking for a sleepless night, we got one of those coming our way ahead. More storms expected during the overnight period. I'll walk you through the latest timeline we have right after this quick break. Your forecast is next. All right, let's talk about some rainfall in the forecast, because if you didn't get enough sleep last night, you're not going to do that tonight. At least not if the current time that I'm thinking holds. There's still a lot in the way of deciding how this next rain event is going to come out. As I told you, forecasting in spring and fall gets pretty tricky because this is a transition season. We're going from winter to summer, and we're already in May. We've already been feeling the summer, but not all of the U.S. weather pattern is as summerful, if I could put it that way. So all this to say, we're looking at another threat of severe weather. The yellow, more expansive across the Lone Star State today, meaning that's a higher risk, a slightly higher risk of severe weather. It's a 2 on our scale of 5, as opposed to yesterday when we were talking about this, we were all in that darker shade of green, a 1 out of 5. So yes, we need to stay weather aware as we head through the evening time frame. Please make sure that you have multiple ways to receive weather alerts. Go ahead, check your settings, make sure your wireless emergency alerts are on, and make sure your location is on too. If not, you may not get the alert for where you are. I'll be on Facebook to show you how to do that on Apple and Android later this evening. But let's get to the forecast, because most of the coastal bend is in this yellow area, meaning we are a little more prone to seeing that severe weather than we normally would be, given what we were thinking yesterday. So winds being a main concern there, and hail the size of a quarter, maybe a little bigger. I think the wind is probably going to be the big one on this too, just because of how these storms are expected to come through. That part of the forecast does seem pretty confident, but there are things that you can do. We can't control the weather, but we can control how we prepare for it. So prepare ahead. If you're like me and your trash day is tomorrow, don't waste your time putting it out tonight. You're just going to have to go find all your trash tomorrow and play 52 pickup. Don't do that. Wait till tomorrow when the storms pass to take your trash out. Stay weather aware, though. Like I said, have multiple ways to receive weather alerts. Of course, following your Chris 6 weather experts is one way to do that. Your phone, weather radio would also help. Many ways to stay in the loop. And go indoors. When thunder roars, go indoors. I do want to give a shout out to all of our Coastal Bend weather watchers who gave us wonderful views around the Coastal Bend that really helped me in my communication with the National Weather Service. Please do not do that at the expense of your safety. Please do not go outside to show me videos of what's happening in your neighborhood when there are storms. I'm not interested in that. I want you to be safe. But if you can do that safely, or at least say, hey, I'm hearing the pelting rain, that enough is helpful. So we appreciate you, but make sure you're taking care of you. All right, we have some ingredients that are coming in play. Much like the storm that got out of hand last night, we've got shear, change in wind direction or speed as we go up in the atmosphere. We've got lift. All this humidity is making this air very lifty, very bouncy. And that's also instability because we are warm here and colder upstairs in the atmosphere. And as you can feel, air you can wear lots of water around to make the rainfall with. So that is the one constant throughout this forecast is we're going to have plenty of moisture. Look at what the rainfall during the overnight did for our year-to-date deficit, picking up exactly 3/4 of an inch at the airport for today, cut our deficit down to $3.65 in the red. Yesterday, we were over 4 inches behind on our rain. So this has been a big help, but we need to do a lot more homework. This week is going to do a big lift for us, but this is a front that's been causing a lot of trouble up in the DFW Metroplex today. It's going to come closer to us. It is not going to make it all the way here, but the storms that churn up out ahead of it will be headed our way. So here is one model that shows a time frame that is later during the morning commute. Notice the strong lines of storms coming through, lasting from about 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. That is one scenario for timing. Look at another model. This comes in a little earlier. We're talking 10, 11 o'clock tonight. That line of storms pushes through and clears the coast before the morning commute. So that's a very varied time for this line of storms to come through, but we do believe this is going to be a line of storms that drops in from the north. So please stay weather aware. I'll be bringing these updates as they come together, but this is the information that we have for now. And we got several days of rainfall in the mix as we head into the 7-day forecast, leading right up into Memorial Day Monday.
This is Veterans in Focus, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm. Car wreck? Heil will help.
You know, for one veteran in Rockport, rebuilding has become a way of life. As a child, Father Trent fled Vietnam after the war, searching for freedom and a future. He tells Chris 6 anchor Michelle Hoffman that he spent days at sea, packed onto a small boat with dozens of others. There was little food, hardly any water, and pirates waiting on the open ocean.
The journey itself was treacherous.
Women were violated. We were robbed 7 times. And then 3 people on that boat never made it.
But he survived and gave back to the country that took him in. Father Tran joined the U.S. Navy following his active duty as a chaplain. He's now in Rockport, leading St. Peter, a church that rose again after Hurricane Harvey. The church rebuilt and dedicated last November, 8 years after the devastation. Well, the Rockport Church is paying tribute to fallen soldiers ahead of Memorial Day. Faith Methodist Church set up a tribute over at North Pearl and East Linden Street. The display features military silhouettes, branching flags, and crosses. The church members say it reminds the community about the true meaning of the holiday.
Oh, absolutely. People do forget. Like I said, they think, and people don't even really understand sometimes what Memorial Day is for. And it is a day to remember those who have fallen, and it is important that we remember them because what a sacrifice they gave.
Yes, they did. Well, the church pastor invites the entire community to visit the tribute. It will stay up through the end of the month. An unexpected delivery on a Texas balcony. Coming up, why one apartment renter had to share their own space with a family of owls for a month.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back, everyone. So the Trump administration is expanding its prescription website. The government is adding more than 600 generic drugs to Trump RX. It will also allow users, to see if the Trump RX site offers lower costs than their local pharmacies or other online sites like GoodRx. Well, Google is rolling out new AI-powered features for its search engine. The company says that the updates include tools that let users create AI agents engines to track information over time and expanded more conversational search options. The changes come as competition grows from chatbots made by OpenAI and Anthropic. Well, a family of great horned owls took over a Waco apartment balcony for months. The birds laid 4 different eggs in a raised garden bed. A federal law protects the owls from being moved. A local rescue group stepped in after a baby owl fell from the nest. The rehab facility hopes to release the birds back into the wild by early fall. And actually, Drew had an interesting story about a family out there on the island that had a very similar situation here.
Time ago, but it's funny. Owls are such majestic creatures. I can't imagine one just oopsing out of the nest.
Who?
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 Who? Oh, who needs a nap? Because we got another round of storms tonight. I'm going to raise my hand, even though you cannot see it. We are looking at another round of rain tonight. And as we go through the next couple of days, most of the rain that we see looks to be during that overnight period. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I'm just the messenger, but hey, we need the rain, right? So we'll get it. And it looks like Memorial Day Monday will be a drier one for us here. So we'll keep an eye on it. But please stay weather aware as we head into tonight. We are going to see more storms.
Yeah, let's all hope for some good sleep. Thank you so much, Steph. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back at 6 with even more news from your neighborhood. But until then, have a great one.